the trans community is the most marginalized community in the world. I mean, it's pretty bad stuff. One of the most marginalized communities in the world. And so I kept thinking to myself, could I actually pull this off? And you have every excuse in the book why you can't pull it off. And I had that. I was too tall. My voice sucks. There's just no way I can do this. I'm, too famous. I'm this, I'm that. How can I do it, And finally, it got to the point where I talked to all my children, one at a time. I didn't want them to gang up on me. So I thought one at a time.
Who was the first one you talked to?
So the first one I talked to is Brandon. He's like 40 now. Actually, you in town tomorrow?
No. No,
What?
I don't think so. Why?
No, because he's got a band. He's really good. And they're playing in Venice. I thought if you're around, we could go.
Love to show any support we can.
Bob will probably be there.
Listen, I'm always down for it. What kind of,
Yeah.
What kind of band we talking about?
Yeah, I'll give you the information
later. Get back to you
before we go.
I'm always down for
What
this
is it,
stuff.
like
Yeah,
classic?
he's really talented.
What type
kid.
of music? Like classic jazz?
No, I finally got him to come around, and now he's kind of like a funky rock, just really good. For the longest time, he just did this really nice music, and come on, I want to go and I
Funk
want to
rock?
dance, I want to move.
Funk rock?
Yeah, kind of
Like a
funk.
Machine Gun Kelly type
I'm going
thing? or-
tomorrow 100%.
Yeah, but no, it's all he plays all the instruments, he writes all the music, he produces it. Yeah, he's the lead singer. He does it all. Yeah, and he's got a really good band right now.
You have my word. If I'm allowed, that's my girlfriend right there. We're going to go. I want to get back to what you said, though, what you were talking about with the...
Well, we're
But
talking
anyway,
about-
I had to
wait,
talk
wait,
to
wait.
my kids.
Yeah.
Actually, on the talking to my kids, you said, who did I talk to
Interesting
first?
last night.
And I
Brandon.
talked to Brandon. Why? Brandon is, he's kind of my little, I've called him my little Gandhi, but not really. But he's always very open-minded and this and that. So I thought, okay, I'll start with Brandon. And Brandon knows his mother had talked to him, and this and that, but we never talked about it. So I invite Brandon over to the house. This is when I was living down on the beach by myself. And I invite him over to the house, and I say, okay, we got to sit down and talk about it. It's been the monkey in the room that nobody talks about, but now it's time to get it out in the open. So I told him my story, and he basically says, oh, I knew all of that. And I said, well, I figured you did, but we've never talked about it, So let's talk about it. And there is a possibility I may even transition, It depends on what everybody says in the family, because I won't do it if I have one person that says, no, don't do this.
You wouldn't have done it?
No, I wouldn't have done it.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that though? Why wouldn't you have done it?
Why?
If that's what you really want, why would their opinion matter?
Because they're my family. And when you do something like this, it affects your family big time.
100%.
And I don't want to do anything to hurt my family.
What was like Kendall and Kylie's reaction when you told them?
First of all, Brandon, finish it off. So Brandon goes, we're just about kind of wrapping it up. And Brandon goes, you know what, Dad? I've always been so proud that you're my father. He says, if I go to the airport and I give him my ID and it's Brandon Jenner, and they go, oh, is Bruce Jenner your dad? And he goes, yeah, that's my dad. And they always have such nice things to say about you. Oh, Bruce comes through here and he's always nice and friendly with everybody and this and that. We love Bruce and this and that. And he says, but I've never been more proud of you than I am right now. And I'm like,
That must feel good.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
and that was pretty heavy stuff. It was a good one to start. Not all the reactions were quite that good, but they were all good.
I thought I saw you say that. I think Kendall took it really well, and then Kylie was like kind of confused about it.
To be honest with you, Kendall and Kylie were just afraid for me. It's not that they didn't want me to be happy. I told them this is the only way I can see that I can go into the rest of my life and be happy, have a mission, live out my life, I used to always think, I want to talk to whoever I was with, that when I die, You know, I mean, this is how deep it goes when I die. That, and if I hadn't transitioned into stuff, I want to get full hair and makeup done, great outfit, in the casket. Everybody comes up and goes, Jesus Christ, what just happened? You know,
Just glam the fuck out in the
I mean,
casket.
that's the way that's honestly, for the longest time, it's the way I thought I'd go out, you know? Yeah. I mean, that's how bad it is. You know, this is tough stuff. And so, but Kendall, all my kids were good with it, but they were afraid. They were going to afraid. What's the media going to say? What's going to happen to you? Are they going to destroy you? You know, I'm their father. They love me to death. You know, they don't want that to happen to me.
Must have been a lot of pressure on them too, because they're just so
There
ultra
was.
famous that.
But let me tell you, take Kendall and Kylie. And of course, like Kim, when I told Kim, her big question was, oh my God, what do we call you? And so I said, I'm going with the name Caitlyn. And she goes, oh, good, you stayed with the K's. And I went,
You're like, nah, I'm dropping the C.
no. I said, I didn't go with the K. I thought C would be much better, you know? And she goes, oh, okay, you know? But
Caitlyns with K's are like a little more like you got to watch out for them, I feel.
well, it's just too much of the family thing and
gotta
all of
stand out a
that,
little
you
bit.
know? Yeah, just
you
a little bit of
gotta- you're like the
separation.
Godfather.
there.
Caitlyns with a C is
And I
more
think
like,
the
you know,
media would
wholesome.
kind of go crazy with it, so I stuck with
Godmother.
the C.
Yeah.
But
Godmother, got it.
but Kendall and Kylie, you know, they were going, well, what do we call you?
Like
and
mom or
I
dad?
sat back and I said, well, Dad, you know, I'm your father. You know, I'll always be to the day I die. I'll be your dad. You know,
Right.
and so I said, yeah, call me Dad. Okay, but what they're really good at, and every time, and they always amaze me what they say, and they even in the media they talk about my dad. But they say, my dad, she does this. My dad, she does that. This is she. They change pronouns in the middle of it. And it would, yeah. And I said, even when they, you know, first started doing that, I said, that's tough. It's not easy to change the pronoun thing.